2 young ladies. You guys want to go? Hang on 1 second.
How's this gonna work? So I'll just.
You just look at the camera. Just follow the camera. He's going to come down to you this way and then walk around.
Right.
So we end up with the same kind of shot. And. And say hi. Take the Budweiser away. Hank, wave again. There you go.
mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, daddy gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring don't shine, mama gonna buy you a bottle of wine. If you want a bottle of wine, go straight to Pedro Brown. If that bottle of wine don't take, daddy gonna buy you a 38. If that 38 don't shoot, mama gonna call the police on you. Sheriff.
Led by the family's lawyer and the victim's boyfriend who witnessed her murder, Julie Stott's parents arrive in New Orleans to identify her body and bring her home. Before she left home, she told them she'd come back with exciting news. They're now preparing not for her expected engagement, but her burial. The police say their investigation is intensive. Last night, searching the tourist quarter for Julie's killer. They now believe that before he tried to rob her and her boyfriend, he raped another woman and robbed two other couples. One of the couples, too frightened to be identified, were held up on the same street just minutes before Julie was shot.
He kept calling me a bitch, pushing me forward. I think he wanted me to fall down. He wanted one of us to mess up so he could shoot either of us. He was ready to kill.
Good Friday, and at the convent walls where the killing happened, more fresh flowers, and on one wreath a message: "There are good people in the world. I wish you could have met them." The police say they hope for an early arrest. They also say they've got dozens of murders on their books, unsolved like this one. Bill Neely, ITN, New Orleans.
Thank you, Hubba Bubba.
Well, we can't get
chemo. Woo! This is a real trick, guys. Just pretend you know how.
They can, but just they don't see the balls in the
I see. Here, we need a victim. What's wrong with these people, man?
New Orleans late Sunday evening, an empty and shuttered city. 1.5 million people have been told to leave in one of the biggest civil evacuations ever seen in the southern states. Those who remain are sheltering inside under a citywide curfew. Across the city, the roads west and north to safety are jammed.
The window of opportunity, which has been inching closed for hours now, is almost shut. If you are going to get out of the greater metropolitan New Orleans area, this is the time to do it.
Get out.
A hurricane like this comes to New Orleans once a generation. It's a city uniquely vulnerable to flooding. The land here is so swampy, public health requires they even bury their dead above ground. In the French Quarter, they board up their homes and start to move out valuable possessions.
As long as that thing's in the Gulf of Mexico, you can do anything.
By Sunday, the city authorities have a full civil disaster plan in operation.
The way I can describe it is the cog of the wheel. Everything, it's the eyes and the ears of city, what's going on in the field.
At midday, they open schools, public buildings and community centres as shelters. This is the local football stadium. It's one of the biggest in America, and normally it's home to the New Orleans Saints. But tonight, it's going to be home to thousands of people making their way here to seek shelter from the storm. As the winds begin to rise, families laden down with bedding and food move in. These people have learnt before what hurricane-force winds can do to their homes.
Well, I'm coming because I was in Betsy, and I don't want to take any chances. We lost everything we had.
What kind of stuff have you brought with you?
Oh, everything. Food, water, clothes, towels. Everything you name it, you got it.
Look to your left. Red fucking contour.
If things turn out badly, they may be shut in here for 2 to 3 days. Their districts flooded and without power. At 2 p.m., the wind speed on the bridges over the Mississippi has reached hurricane force.
Close your positions. 100. All units close down your positions.
The police shut all elevated roadways, causeways and bridges throughout the city. By late Sunday afternoon, the streets are silent except for the wind. On the roads, there's not a single car to be seen. At 6 p.m, the National Guard move in to help impose a curfew. The hurricane-force winds and the rains have now started to arrive here. The preparations are over, and New Orleans must wait to find out how badly it gets hit by this hurricane. By late today, it looks as though the city has escaped the worst of the winds, but there's still a